hear about this very sort of loud assassination of a Russian general in Moscow yesterday. Um, just I was wondering if you, either one of you, have any comments on this. What do you think it means? Again, what's with the timing? As we know, the day before the assassination, which was recognized, the Ukraine side claimed responsibility for this assassination. A day before that, Ukraine convicted this guy of using chemical weapons on Ukrainian troops. So he was tried in absentia, and the following day, we heard the news that we heard. Giorgi, what do you think this means? What do you think it means from the Ukraine's capabilities to start with? They killed
Ye-
somebody in Moscow.
Well, they killed not somebody, but they killed a very high-ranking military officer who is actually a commander of a very important part of the Russian military strategic chemical weapons, and it's a weapons of mass destruction. So a person who is in charge of defense of the whole country for this kind of weapons is a very important person in the military. What it means, and you are right. Very importantly, I think this is a signal for everybody in Russia and maybe beyond uh, that Ukrainians will hunt down everybody who was involved in undue treatment of the rules of war during
Mhm.
this conflict or war that we are
I'm sorry to
witnessing
interrupt,
right
but
now.
before it slips my mind, it reminds me a lot of Israel's position
Yeah,
on going
I
on.
have a yes, I have a friend of mine whom I wrote immediately after I got this news. You see, Kirillov was blown up, and the answer was very similar to what you said. He said this is actually Mossad type of assassination. I said exactly, and by that time we didn't knew that it was actually
Mhm.
Ukrainian hand making it. We discuss a possibility of internal rivalry within the ministry because we hear this kind of information very often these days from Russia. But yeah, it was Ukraine, and Ukraine assassinated its enemy that they convicted in absentia, but still. So from their side, they had a legal right to do so. So they did it. So
So
this is
if
this is
we're saying,
important. They have a capability to do that. They have willingness to do that. And what is also important is that in any country of this caliber, I'm talking about Russia, these people, I mean, this kind of high-ranking military are protected. It means that that system doesn't work in Russia as well. We have to
mm,
admit that.
yeah, it's interesting to see who else may be prosecuted by the
You mean
Ukrainian
who is
side.
next?
Right.
Who's next? I don't know.
Who's next? Is there going to be a next person or not? The Russian side, the Russians are calling it a terrorist, or they have an attempt to classify this as a terrorist attack, which then brings in all kinds of different legal implications of a response, I guess. But so far, have you seen anything so far? Is there reaction? What is Russian media saying about this?
Well, they as usual, they are playing down this fact. But what I would like to say is that when a country X is with an X with another country in an open war, then any military is a target.
Fair target,
So
yes.
there is a and that also depends on the capabilities of the other side